No way. There he was, standing calmly with his back to them, holding a basket. Where had he gotten a basket? You can start to call out, but Australia was always calling out to the border. Canada! He turned, cold bobbing with his movement, and waved. Happy to the group. I thought you might be late, he said softly. Nah, Inga was already ready when we got there. How come lied Cassidy? And Canada lit up. Thanks for coming. Mumbled it to England. I think that was supposed to say he mumbled it to England. I was worried you might forget again this year. England felt a stab of guilt at the walls. Again, and this year. Had they had plans to meet up today? Here it comes. Hong Kong won, taking a step back out the way, and Australia pulled England back with him. Canada set the basket lightly to the side. Moments later, something came flying through the air, screaming, Mattie! Hong Kong caught the box of donuts as it went flying. Canada caught the full weight of America, almost bowling him over. I'm sorry I'm late! He began bubbling and spinning Canada around. Are you okay? How are you? He stopped crossing Canada long enough to expect him for injuries or signs of distress. Canada smiled happily. Don't be silly, Al. You was just a few minutes late. Nothing bad is going to happen if you're a few minutes late to the picnic. Picnic? Something seemed to dawn on America. Right, the annual family picnic. Inga stared at those words and remembered a letter who received a mail advising of the family picnic. And he responded back he had be able to come. He had meant to put it on the calendar, but he had forgotten. He felt a sinking feeling in his gut, as he had an intense feeling of déjà vu. One that happened last year too. He had received an angry call from America scolding him for not showing up, and Hong Kong gave him the cold shoulder for a month. Australia was laughing and siding with his brothers, and America was quick to catch on and play along, pretending he had never forgotten the picnic. Yeah, we hang out like a little this morning, he laughed. Inga and I played detective. Canada laughed as well. Inga doesn't like his Sherlock Holmes. Inga flushed with shame. The signs. He had been there the whole time. The unusual visit of his Australia and Hong Kong. They seemed to expect America's visit. All of it was so obvious now. Hong Kong was telling Canada that he and Australia had been playing bingo this morning and that he won. The event took place in the park under a tree, but once again Hong Kong reached into the bag he was carrying and pulled out a thermos. I brought the tea as promised. Australia stuck his hand in Hong Kong's bag and pulled out a large sacred blanket. May Leon carried it. He grinned. The blanket was laid down and everyone sat on it. As Canada unpacked sandwiches from his basket, Inga felt guiltier than ever as he fully understood Hong Kong and Australia's game from this morning. I'm sorry, Matthew, he said humbly. Canada gave him a frustrated look. You don't need to apologize. I didn't ask you to bring anything. Because Canada misunderstood, thanks to the efforts of the youngest ex-colonies, Canada had no idea that England or America had forgotten about the plans for today. England shook his head. No. For forgetting last year, I'm sorry. He accepted the cup of hot tea, Hankan pressed into his hand, with a warning look. Next you, I'll bring the tea, he offered. My tea is just fine. My tea is just fine, Hankan muttered, unheard by Canada, who looked blissfully happy. Thanks, Doctor,